ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome all of you devotees. We were discussing this recognizing God's position. We completed this discussion. Let's proceed further. This is the second one, recognizing our subordinate position to God. So this is what I was discussing yesterday about the proprietorship and enjoyership of the conditioned souls. And then when one tries to become God in this world, they become a servant of God. They become servant of their own senses and servant of so many other people. Actually, this is a very important concept. Srila Prabhupada teaches that when one refuses to serve Krishna, then one makes an endeavor to get many servants, but those so-called servants become his masters, like that he says. Like for example, one gets a pet dog for one's enjoyment. So this pet dog, at least to someone who understands me. This pet dog will do what I say. Go and get the newspaper, he'll get it. But then they have to go with a tin behind the dog to, gather the poop. They put. Similarly, a man gets a wife, or children, or car. The purpose is all these things we get for enjoyment purpose. But we become slaves of them. For example, when one gets a car, then one has to take it to garage, repair the parts, one has to put a hose pipe and wash the car, one has to put petrol in the car, one has to spend money, one has to paint the car. And so one realizes that, oh, did I get this car to serve me, or did I get the car to become servant of the car? So that is the point Prabhupada explains about how we become servant. If we don't become servant of Krishna, so many other things we accept, we become their servant. So this we showed yesterday about these things. So we completed these things. Now, up to this we finished. Let's proceed further today. Now please read it, somebody.
Everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit. Spirit is the basic field of creation, and matter is created by spirit. Spirit is not created at a certain stage of material development. This material body is developed because spirit is present within matter. Spirit and matter are originally two energies of the Lord, and consequently, the Lord is the original cause of everything.
Yeah, this is very important. Like you see, spirit is the basic thing, and the matter grows over the spirit, just like an elephant's body is a huge body. Because there's a spirit present in the body, so matter grows over spirit. Same with tree also. If you take a seed, inside the seed, the spirit is present. So then the huge tree, banyan tree, grows over the spirit. So that means when spirit is not present, there is no growth. Like for example, you have a chair or a table. Where is the growth? It just undergoes depreciation. Imagine you keep a table or a chair in one place. It will just get disintegrated and become powder after a million years. It will not grow. When does the matter grow over an object? It grows when there is spirit. When there is spirit present in a place, then the matter grows over spirit. Now, Supreme Lord is a Supreme Spirit, and we are minute spirit. So over the Supreme Lord, Supreme Spirit, the whole material energy has come about, millions of universes, with sun and moon and stars and innumerable planets, and all these things have grown because Lord is a spirit. So spirit has the ability to create such things. But from matter, life cannot come. Matter is always jada, dead. Similarly, we are minute spirit. So over us, we are also able to grow some matter over the spirit. Just like when we were born, we were seated in a small bodily machine, namely the baby. Now our body has grown up now because the matter has grown over the spirit. But we cannot grow very big like Mahavishnu, nor can we create ocean of water. We can create little sweat from our body. Whereas Mahavishnu can create an ocean. Or Garbhodaksha Vishnu can enter a universe and fill up the universe with half universe with water from his own body. So now water is matter, but he is able to create so much water because his supreme spirit can create huge amount of matter. And minute spirit can create little bit of matter. So that point is clear to you. That's what is mentioned here. Here you see the picture. Inside there is a soul, which is spirit. Over that the subtle body and gross body has come. So I have already told you before why the subtle body, gross body is given to us. Because when the soul comes to this world independent of Krishna, at that time he has some desire to execute, which is not in line with Krishna consciousness. So for executing that independent desire, subtle body is given. Subtle body grows over the soul. And then from the subtle body, then the gross body grows over. So subtle body is for storing the desire, gross body is for executing the desire. Like that, and then that. But once the soul becomes pure, completely purified, it doesn't have any more desires, then these two material growth can be removed. Please read further. Everything?
Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit. Spirit is the basic field of creation and matter is created by spirit. Spirit is not created at a certain stage of material development.
This we said, sometimes some scientists think that actually from matter only spirit must have come or living forms must have come. Some foolish scientists think like that. Actually, there is not a single evidence in this creation that any living forms have come from matter. Nobody can produce. Prabhupada challenged it. Produce at least a mosquito. Produce at least a small insect from dead matter. You cannot produce. Always living forms come from other living forms. So from spirit, where there is spirit present, then from the living form, more living forms come. From matter, nothing can grow. That is the main point. Read it now. Yeah.
7.8. The Supreme Lord can be preliminarily perceived by his different energies, and in this way he is realized impersonally. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorifies the Lord for his kindly supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. That is the way of perceiving the Supreme. The jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness extends everywhere, and one who knows Krishna consciousness is blessed. Those who do not know Krishna are in illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation and ignorance of him is bondage.
Yeah. So when Arjuna asked, Keshu Keshu Bhaveshu, Chintyosi Bhagavan Maya. Oh Krishna, please give me some idea by which we can remember you. So then Krishna gives all this different, in the 9th chapter, when Arjuna asked, when the 10th chapter, Krishna gives many opulences also. And now in the same manner, in the 7th chapter, Krishna, this is another very important thing. The essence of everything in this world is him. Which means in this world, without the essential object, for example, if there is a fan which doesn't rotate and give wind, it's no use. If there's a bulb which doesn't give you light, it's useless. Similarly, if you have fire which doesn't have ability to heat, then you can't cook any sabji or rice. So therefore, he says the essence in every object is me. Krishna is telling. And that is how we begin understanding the hand of God in this world. Because the personality of God takes time to understand. But in the beginning, for example, how do you know there is a prime minister in India? When you are going in the road in your car, you see there are systems. There's a traffic control. Somebody is stopping your car. Somebody is letting your car go. The signals are falling. And there's a police also. If somebody is looting, they handcuff the person and take him to the police station, and they punish him and put him behind the bars, like that. And similarly, if somebody is living in a country, there are all the policies of the government and everything becomes evident. So one understands that somebody is in control of all these things. Similarly, when you see the essence of all the things in this world, then one wonders that, oh, how does the earth have fragrance? How does the moon have the ability to supply juices? How the sun has the ability to give heat and light? How the water is so tasty and it's able to quench my thirst and it is giving me satisfaction. Yeah. So in this way, one asks the question, where is this essence coming from? Then one comes to the ultimate person who has supplied this essence. That is the point here. Yeah. Read it. Yeah.
7.10. Unless a person is intelligent, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna.
Yeah. The Prabhupada says that in the Shastras also it is said, Jai Krishna Bhaje Sai Bada Chatur. When one is intelligent, then one can understand. Just like, for example, if a child is seeing a toy car is moving, so he is very fascinated by the toy car. But little does the child know that the father has loaded it with a spring loaded. Then it moves like that. So who knows it? Child cannot know it. Bala Buddhi, child cannot know it. But somebody else who is wiser, he knows that car cannot move by itself. Somebody has loaded it with loaded the spring. Similarly, most people in this world think about how to eat, drink, and be merry. They just don't even ask the question, who created this world? Why is it created? What is the purpose of this world? They don't ask such questions. They have no question at all in their mind. So because of that, because of such a kind of mentality, they have Bala Buddhi, or a childish intelligence. But one who is intelligent is able to understand how is everything functioning in this world. So here, below you see Jiva desires, God sanctions, and then when God sanctions and orders, the material nature arranges facility for fulfilling our desires. So for example, you go to a hotel. So you are asking, oh, give me the menu, and then you are choosing, this dosa or chutney or sambar or idli, some different things you choose. These are things I want. Then the chef or whoever is a man, he takes note of this. And then he tells the waiter, get these items and go to the table and supply him. So he orders him to supply, and then it is supplied to you. When God sanctions and orders, material nature arranges facility for fulfilling our desires. So Prabhupada gives another example. Like a man is sitting at home, some guests are coming. So then man turns to the kitchen side, and then he gives some signal to his wife. Immediately the wife makes some snacks and she brings it and serves everybody. So just as the man is giving signal to his wife, similarly Lord Krishna, Saha Aikshata, Saha Asrijata, it is said. Lord Krishna glances at the material nature and orders the material nature to produce everything for us, like sunlight, moonlight, wind, rain shower, also grains, fruits, cereals, everything. So Lord is glancing and ordering, Saha Aikshata, it is said. Asrijata means creation. Everything is done possible by the Lord's glance. So Lord's order is very vital. Without his order and sanction, we won't get anything. Material nature will not give us anything. In fact, if you read the 4th canto, there was a big famine and starvation in the kingdom of Prithu. And Prithu was surprised. Why it is so? Because the material nature was not producing necessary food for all the people. When Prithu inquired, so the Mother Earth told that all the living beings have become thieves. They just want to eat the grains and become plumpy and engage in sinful activities. So therefore, although I have grains, I will not give. I don't have the order of the Lord to supply. I cannot supply, she said. And therefore, you find sometimes there is a famine, there is a drought, there is a tsunami, there is wars. Prabhupada says the wars are directly due to slaughterhouses and abortion theaters. When children are aborted in millions, so the reaction of that comes in the form of wars. People cannot be, because Durga Mata thinks that I have to kill so many people now, arrange for a war. Like where two students in class, teacher tells them, come here, you catch his ears and you catch his ears. Both of you sit up and down. As she says. Like that between two countries, Durga creates wars. And in this way, all the abortion, those who did, or those who killed the cows, they all have to get punishment. So the punishments are awarded. So actually, we all want to lead a peaceful and happy life, either in this world or in the next world. But for that, one should know that that is only possible by the sanction of the Lord. Prabhupada writes in one purport that Yudhishthira Maharaja had submissive wives and cooperative brothers, and law-abiding citizens, and abundant treasury, and kingship of the ruler over the whole earth, and also the material nature offering full cooperation. People had no sickness. The material nature was supplying rains and heat and light and grains and cereals, everything, and the cows' udders were full of milk. And everything was in order. Nobody had any trouble. People lived a very happy life. And that was possible how? Because of Krishna's order to the material nature. Krishna was so pleased with Yudhishthira. So he told, this is what you have to do to material nature. Material nature supplies everything. Please read that. Somebody can read it?
We should not only thank Lord for food, clothing, and shelter that He has provided, but we should love Him with all our hearts and render loving service to Him.
Yeah. That's what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught this when he came to the Jagannath Puri. And why we are not able to love Him, there are reasons coming up now. Yeah, read this. Now, if you see contemporary worldview, money is money is honey. One who dies with maximum toys is a winner. The material pursuits have become all in all. So, freedom of the man is shown by the monkey. The monkey is turning behind out of fear. Other monkeys come. Man also nowadays is living a life bedded rest, not peaceful. It's always fearful. And he is an accumulation. So, although he has a lot, he is not happy. Because he has forgotten life. He is hardly able to eat. Man is also accumulating more and more. He is hardly able to eat. So, this is the main reason, the greed. When you go from greed to greed, collecting so many bananas, he will not even open the cover. He will open it. And similarly, people are now working 3 jobs they are doing. They are working hard and they are also afraid. Every time they will slow down. Yeah, read it. Vedic worldview is what?
The goal of life is to realize the self and God. This brings unlimited bliss and makes material comforts and pleasures seem insignificant. Anamaya, search for food. Pranamaya is the rat race. The Manomaya is dreams and ambition. The Vijnanamaya is self-realization. And the Anandamaya is joyful with God.
Yeah. Now, most students are the first 3 stages. Annamaya, that's the eat. They are searching after food. And then join the rat race to make more money. And when they cannot make what they want money, as much money or big achievements, then they are dreaming. Dream and ambition, dream job, dream girl, dream this, dream that. So most of the fellows are in the first 3 stages. But intelligent people become wiser, they come to the Jnanamaya stage, where they at least understand I am not the body, I am the spirit soul. That is self-realization. And then when they come to fifth stage, Anandamaya, not only I exist, even God exists. And there is a loving relationship between the two. That is Anandamaya. One comes to that point. How devotees are joyful. So, so you saw the happy devotees, isn't it? Sort of beautiful devotees. So this is Anandamaya. Anandamaya means actually they are the most happy stage. Yes, Varun, go ahead. What's your question?
Actually, Prabhuji, it's interesting to note that all the devotees, they are so blissful, but the material world is there for them also. It exists. I mean, they are immune to the material world now. I mean, they're just in
Correct.
so much bliss and in so much Krishna consciousness, they're totally immune.
Yeah. They become immune, as you said. It's in the background. It's not
Exactly.
as painful as we may think. Yeah. But for others, it's painful because they have no other higher taste, isn't it?
Exactly.
That is the whole thing. Whereas these people, they are existing in the material world, but they have surpassed it. Yeah. What you said is the correct word. They have become immune. That's the whole point. Yeah. Yeah. So now, as opposed to this thing, I showed another one. I'll just show you that. You can see that. Here you see this. Read that below. What's written there? When we
die, we become mad after the material world and consider what is suffering to be enjoyment.
foolishness, you see. Somebody is putting smoke inside and liquor inside and drugs inside and terribly suffering, and imagine it to be happiness foolishly. That's what happens because they have no higher understanding of life. So here a boy is asking father for money. When the father is smiling, that means father is happy. I think the son wants to purchase some books or notebooks. They want to spend it. Yeah, so the father is happy to give him. So, but if the son would misuse it, then the father is not happy, isn't it? How to express our love for God? See, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed love for God by dancing in front of Jagannath. Madhavendra Puri expressed his love for God by worshipping the deity of Gopal. Cheers or Gopinath also. So in this way, we all can express our love for God in varieties of ways. So I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, next week, when we talk about how we express our love for God. That is a very beautiful last part of the slideshow that follows. Now, anybody want to share anything? Devotees? You can share some reflection or ask some question. Yeah, I think Kore, is it? Who raised the hand? Kore? Prabhu? Gita Lek? Okay, go ahead.
Prabhu, intelligence, the way it's mentioned, is the questions that lead you closer to God, asking what is life? Where do we go after we die? Why are we suffering? What's the point of it? But when I hear intelligence mentioned in material life, it's not that. So what is intelligence in material life? Like what is it versus?
Actually, many people think in the material world, intelligence means IQ, they think. IQ, for example, if somebody has 162 IQ or something like Einstein, then they may become a part of Mensa society. And they may be able to remember a lot. They may have photographic memory. They may be able to recollect, reproduce, and they may be able to study a lot, and they may be able to get good marks in academics. That is the material intelligence. Somebody may become a very big scholar. That is material intelligence. And when we talk about spiritual intelligence, it's called Viveka Buddhi. Viveka Buddhi means ability to discriminate between what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what is short-term pleasure, what is long-term pleasure, what will benefit me, what will not benefit me, what I should do now, what I should not do. So this intelligence is called spiritual intelligence, which comes from Shastric study. Like we are having these classes now every week. Why we have? Because by these classes, our spiritual intelligence becomes awakened. And then with that spiritual intelligence, you can make proper decisions in life. Yes, Srikant, go ahead. Is it all right, Kore Prabhu? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's fine if he goes.
Yeah. Yes, Srikant, what was your point?
Yes, Prabhuji. So I wanted to understand one aspect. So I was reading the Nectar of Instruction where Prabhupada mentions that anger is something that's natural, and it's not that you can have like zero anger. Anger will be there and it exists. But the way you can like fight the anger is to use it in Krishna consciousness. And the way you can do it is, and mentioned there, that you can direct your anger instead of towards devotees or towards any other person who is pious, you divert it towards atheistic group of people. So I was trying to understand how we can do that, and if someone is blaspheming a lot, and it's also mentioned that a devotee can never withstand if someone is saying anything or blaspheming the Lord in general. So how do we understand that mood, and how do we interact with people, and how do we channel our anger there?
Yeah. Actually, that's advanced stage. In our stage, many times we don't feel so bad if somebody criticizes the Lord. We think, okay, he's an atheist, who cares? For example, imagine somebody calls ill name to your mother or father. Will you be able to tolerate? Somebody is giving a bad word, vulgar word about your mother or father. Immediately, we become wild. People even slap each other, beat each other. Similarly, pure devotees, they feel Radha Krishna like mother and father. So if somebody criticizes them, they cannot tolerate. They immediately bounce back. They immediately will establish the glory of the Lord and thoroughly smash to dust the blasphemous speech. So in our stage, what we can do, we can appreciate at least what Prabhupada is strongly speaking about the atheistic scientists or atheistic scholars who are trying to misinterpret about the Lord. So Prabhupada's anger, we should not misunderstand. Yeah. Why Prabhupada is becoming angry? We should know that it's a spiritual anger. His anger is justified. And Prabhupada actually made many such fellows into devotees also. At least that much we can understand. And then when we become very advanced in spiritual life, then we also can experience such spiritual emotions. So thank you all.
And,
We'll meet. Yeah.
Just one small thing. So interestingly, the more novice we are, the more angry we feel. So and the more I feel, the more enlightened we are, the more calmer we are or more peaceful we are. So how do we channel our anger when we are novice, and yet like you would be in a situation
See,
where
the ocean is calm, but when there is a full moon in the sky, the ocean has high tides. You will see that. Similarly, the full moon is compared to Krishna's beautiful face. So then devotee's heart, which is like ocean, it has high tides of emotional ecstasy in the heart of a devotee. It's not that ocean is always calm. Similarly, pure devotees, they are on the positive axis. They are not in 0-0. So they have all these emotions, but they are spiritual emotions. In the material world, these emotions are material. Spiritual world, they are spiritual. And one who is calm is not a bhakta, he is a jnani. Bhakta has spiritual emotions. We will discuss more when that topic comes in a future class. Okay? Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.